What a night! What a night to be alive.
There's any guy that make me just want to fall asleep as soon as this song ends.
At least we have Larry Horowitz, the man who defeated Kirk Aubé, with us here on commentary.
Weighing in at 234 pounds, the Northern Star, Kirk Aubé.
Where do we start, Larry Horowitz?
I don't even have words for this man. I don't know if he'd understand them even if I spoke them.
He might pretend not to.
Yeah.
I frequently have asked him questions, and he just bet I don't speak English, and then he doesn't speak French when I ask him in French. I didn't think he wants to talk to me.
Well, he's a proud Acadian, and it can be argued that they have their own language. He's an interesting man. He was a very tough opponent, but probably one of the greatest nights of my life was being able to defeat him for the championship.
Yeah, that was a huge classic moment for CCW. It was a one-shot deal, essentially. Larry Horowitz to take on Kirk Aubé. No feud, no long-standing rivalry, no shenanigans, and you're able to dethrone Kirk Aubé, much to the delight of the proclaimed parasites of Fredericton.
Yeah,
Kirk Aubé just throwing his weight around as champion.
No, he's been very rude to the people of Fredericton. Oh, here it is.
Of course, Kirk Aubé, as we mentioned, former heavyweight champion, former River Valley champion, multi-time contender for the tag team championships, along with his tag team partner. And what's the word for people who are in cahoots? Chris Charters is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I would say cohorts.
Cohorts.
Yeah. Something perhaps a little more sinister. There comes a guy I also have a lot of respect for. Had a great match with Narcis Saint. Right?
Absolutely.
I love his look. There he is.
Weighing in at 209 pounds.
One of my favorite moments was to get him to break and dance with me in the ring.
And just a few months ago, Narcis Saint would contend against Larry Horowitz for the heavyweight championship. The match, it had its moments. It was getting a little bit heated, but a great display of sportsmanship and a little superstition dance at the end. You know, a little good times, sending the crowd home happy by both Larry and Narcis Saint.
No, I couldn't bring myself to hit him with his own shoulder brace.
Yeah, he did now. He did take some liberties in that match beforehand, so I don't think anyone would have held it against you.
No, you know, I mean, when the championship's on the line, it brings out sometimes the worst in all of us.
Absolutely. The adrenaline's pumping, blood pressure's going.
I'm very interested to see the winner of this because I think we may see another title shot for either one of these guys at any time.
Absolutely.
Well, this audience letting him know.
Now, I should highlight this is Class 33. Earlier in the night, we saw Kirk Aubé had a very tactical, precise, and quick attack on Massey Harris, which you could say cost Massey Harris his match against Port City's finest, Caden.
Well, that's it. And I mean, that flagpole, I'm sure if you investigate, that'd be a loaded flagpole of some type. I mean, when he hit him in the small of the back, he was limping out of here.
Yeah, it makes you wonder.
Well, I mean, it
made an awful sound when it hit.
Oh no, you can see. I mean, got him right in the vertebrae.
Yeah.
Now, hopefully, this match is contested without any of that kind of shenanigans. I think that flag should be removed if possible.
Absolutely. Now, this is an interesting matchup. I'm not sure where to start here, but we have very similar sized gentlemen. Narcis Saint, perhaps a slightly quicker, maybe perhaps a slightly more technical of the two.
He may have an athleticism advantage, but here's the wild card. His shoulder is still in recovery mode. So, I mean, that's going to mitigate some of that. Oh, great schoolboy.
Fast kick out. Senior referee May going to be officiating this move perfect into position, but just such a fast kick out.
He doesn't like, he is a, I mean,
We got a slightly growing parasite chant.
Well, don't dish it if you can't take it.
Just a crowd just wanting to give it back to Kirk Aubé. This is what he called him for months and months during his championship reign.
Yeah, and there was no need for that. I mean, I don't understand where he even gets the idea that they're parasites. The CCW fans are why we're here. So,
And you can see, referee May right on top of it. Kirk
he
opted to grab the hair, but he let go right away. So, maybe might have been unintentional.
did.
Another 1 count.
It's the only disadvantage of that hair.
Yeah, these guys they're trying to figure each other out. I have never seen these two compete against each other before. So they're both coming in fresh.
I don't know how familiar with each other they may be or where they've been in other leagues, but we're seeing it for the first time here in CCW, I believe. Is that correct? And,
yeah, absolutely, between these two. And you have Kirk Aubé coming in 232 pounds, master of the vapor trails. You have the artist, Narcis Saint, coming in 209 and known for the coconut clutch.
Okay, yes. Now, we've seen it with some really great offensive maneuvers. He does a great elbow off the top. We're going to see if he can get it.
And, of course, Larry Horowitz, an expert in top rope elbows.
Hey, you know what? I learned it from a real good friend of mine, Slick McGrick.
The most majestic move in sports entertainment, that's Slick McGrick elbow, absolutely.
You know, we've been aside a few times, and he's shown me a few different things. Wonderful guy.
Yeah, that was another famous tag team that you were a part of, yourself and Slick McGrick.
We're going to see what he can do tonight, but look at this. Narcis Saint may be the craftier of the two.
I would say we've got a nice game of Torador.
Oh, look at this, though. Landed on his feet. Oh, we're going to see a suicide dive.
Dives! Oh, man, you hate to see someone hit that security barrier.
Oh.
Wow.
Maybe a little bit taste of his own medicine, that vertebrae.
Narcis Saint just going for it. Now, when I see an athlete taking a risk like that this early in the match, I don't know if he's trying to get the edge on Kirk, but maybe that shoulder is more of an issue than we think it is, and he's looking for a quick finish.
Well, that could be it. I mean, he's chopping him now on the outside. That dive through the ropes was really impressive. But like you say, is it a little bit of desperation perhaps? Big right hand. Another chop.
Another chop
out of the corner there.
Yeah, trying to create some separation after that strike. Kirk Aubé tangled up in those ropes. Reverses the whip by Narcis Saint, who gets out of the way. Kirk's sternum on turnbuckle. And then that precision strike by Narcis Saint.
Very quick,
Just
very slow.
boots Kirk Aubé in the dome. And now he's going up. Could he be thinking that top rope elbow you were talking about? It remains. No, comes in. Misses that moonsault.
Oh.
Wow, Narcis Saint is pulling out all the stops early in this match. I think there was too many 1 counts at the start. It was too much of a joust, and he decided to go big or go home.
It feels that way. I mean, that moonsault is very impressive in him.
Kirk looks like he just saw his light flash before his eyes. We saw Narcis Saint coming in, and he bailed. And then a huge clothesline. Is that southpaw strike by Kirk Aubé.
There he is, the Northern Star.
Just giving it right back to the crowd.
And I mean, he may have knocked his head into Northern New Brunswick. That was a massive.
It looked right on that shoulder, the injured shoulder.
Yes. Even that atomic drop type maneuver into the ropes there was pretty devastating.
Yeah, Narcis Saint playing this wisely, heading over, finding some reprieve on the ropes, but Kirk utilizing as much of that 5 count as he can by senior referee May. And Narcis Saint just trying to get looks like he's trying to get his breath back, maybe trying to get some feeling back in that shoulder. It's a vicious knee strike by Kirk Aubé on that injured body part. So.
Yeah, no, he knew exactly where to hit him.
And after that suicide dive, after missing that moonsault, Narcis Saint is in the weeds real bad right now.
Oh, yeah, no, he went big and it didn't pay off. And,
Yeah, Kirk Aubé, he's clubbing him. He's just going to work right now once again, whips him off
And
whips him off the rope.
More of that rope work, more of that rope against the throat type stuff.
Yeah, he's using all the furniture.
He's having a hard time breathing. You can see that right now.
Yeah, that if you're wearing a brace and it's meant to keep your shoulder in position, it's restricting your rib cage easily. And he looks like he was thinking vapor trails, but they're saying going to be able to fire out with a few elbows and then a chop lock in the back of the knee.
You know, this is what I remember from our match. The guy is excellent with his leg submissions.
Yeah, excellent technique. Definitely amazing submission ability by Narcis Saint. Kirk. Not sure what to do here. He's taking some punishment, tries to land a couple of strikes, and he could be thinking.
Is he a sharpshooter?
Yeah.
He's not going to complete it, though.
Yeah. I know our last event, we have a great highlight. It was at the Boys Farmers Market. Clash Corner was wedged right up against the ring. Narcis Saint was kind enough to let me know the name of the submission move that he was doing, so I could call it for the CCW audience. And then we get the neck snap. Kirk Aubé back in control.
More neck stuff.
This comes over.
Oh, shades of Mr. Perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. And now those one counts that we saw at the start of this match are starting to stretch out. That was very nearly a victory for Kirk Aubé. Clean victory.
We're talking about a former champion here. I have a hard time believing that he isn't the favorite in this match, but I have a soft spot for Narcis Saint. I would really like to see him be able to pull it off.
It'd be great to see him get back into this thing. He needs a little bit of crowd support.
Yeah.
He needs to figure out how he's going to put him away. If he could land that moonsault, if he could land that top rope elbow, he could get back in this, but he's going to get Kirk Aubé into position.
So, and it becomes the question, what does he do here? Does he go for another big high-risk maneuver?
I think he's got to. I don't think he's going to be able, at this point, after taking so much punishment, he's not going to be able to get the better of Kirk.
Well, he's winning the fist fight right now, but there's going to be a reversal on that.
Yeah, reverses the whip, does Kirk Aubé, and then comes in, gets a boot for his trouble, not looking where he was running. Narcis Saint gets the boot up, and then Kirk sends him up, over, and it's back.
Big belly.
Advantage.
Big, back body drop.
Kirk Aubé, the Northern Star. Yeah, that was huge.
He was way up in orbit there. Not going to get the 3 count, but that was devastating.
Yeah, you hate to see it. And Narcis Saint, he's fighting against that injury. He's trying to find his way back in this match after that crash and burn at the start. It would be, maybe the better play with him would be to grab onto a body part and just run for a submission. But Kirk is just targeting that
all that neck. Watch this neck stuff again. Same thing. This will be the 3rd time on the ropes. Oh.
Yeah, and just working everything around that shoulder.
His leg is almost on the ropes. He kicks out anyway.
It looked like Kirk might have been luring him in with that letting that leg dangle so close to the ropes. Narcis Saint would have went to kick it. He could have grabbed it. He was right there, ready for it. You only need to buy yourself another half second in some of these circumstances, then you can come away with the win.
Oh yeah, no, and I mean you can see the frustration. Kirk Aubé is starting to swear, I believe, in his native language.
At this point, it is Kirk Aubé's match to lose.
If anybody's versed in French, I believe he said too.
North Senior referee May, totally bilingual, able to count in both languages for these gentlemen.
Yeah, if anything, she's a great asset for this match. Here we go, superplex attempt.
So Kirk Aubé, for the first time, going up the ropes, looking for something big to try to end this thing.
I can't see him getting it.
The legs, look, Narcis's got those legs hooked on the inside.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think he's in a position to pull it off. Headbutt by Narcis Saint. This could be one of those top rope.
He's got an opening. The man from Hamilton, Bermuda is going all the way up to the top.
High risk.
And he's coming in.
Oh.
Hits the crossbody on Kirk. Sends rolling all the way to the corner. Is he going to be able to follow this up with something big?
No, he's on fire now.
And there we go, spinning back elbow.
Back
Takes Kirk
elbow.
back down. One for the parasites. And then it gets reversed by Kirk Aubé, sends him into the top rope. And it's going to be a face buster right on the knee by the artist, Narcis Saint, the artist of busting faces. And huge duck under. What's going to happen? Kirk catches Narcis Saint with the power slam. Gonna just be a 2.
You know, the Northern Star here has been reversing a lot of the whip attempts.
Yeah, I think he was expecting that speed strategy, especially after that dive so early in the match.
I think that Narcis is the faster, more agile man, but it seems as if Kirk Aubé is the more powerful man.
Yeah, he's found the chink in that armor,
yes.
For sure, and that is just slightly manipulating that momentum and speed of Narcis Saint and forcing him to eat a big old sandwich of, I don't want to say what. the same thing he's been feeding to the audience for months.
Well, and here we go. I believe he's saying he's calling for a finish of some sort here. Is this his...
Could be the Vapor Trails. He's got him up in position. He's looking for that TKO. And there's he slips out the back, and it's a sweet Russian leg sweep.
Russian leg sweep.
A little slow getting into the pin.
Yeah, too much time he took on that one.
Yeah, but I don't think he had him down long enough. I don't think that was going to be the end of Kirk Aubé. But what's he thinking?
Sharpshooter again. What are we going to see here?
Headbutt.
And you know what? I believe
Vicious.
it completely legal. You can see hit him in the lower abdomen there.
Yeah. Just enough to destabilize him, I guess.
Backbreaker
scoop him back up.
Yes.
Yes. Good. Excellent call by Larry Horowitz, the heavyweight champion, knowing that was going to whip into that backbreaker as a natural follow-up. And now I think he's going to think elbow.
I think the key to his victory here may be a top rope maneuver. Second rope.
He's playing it a little safe. I think he didn't believe he had Kirk down all the way after the way Kirk has been able to get back into it.
Oh, here we go.
I believe in the artist Narcis Saint to get this done.
Well, the guy's been nothing but artistic.
He's thinking
sharpshooter. He's going for it.
He's going. If he can spin him over,
He's
the
got the
submission
legs
could
locked.
be his Hail Mary that he needs. He's got him in there. Kirk is suffering.
Oh, no. Right in the middle of the ring, folks.
I can hear the calls for the tap.
Yeah, he's got a tap. He's going to have to.
Kirk's got those long limbs. He might be able to reach out and get under the rope or get onto it. But Narcis Saint is sitting down deep.
That hand is up.
Pull him back to the middle. He's got to get him back away from the rope.
Oh, and he
The hole's
collapses
been
on
broken.
him.
Yeah, maybe that had a couple extra moments of pressure, that falling over, but I don't know if he could breathe at this point.
You know, I think when he broke that too, the way he fell, I mean, might have really tweaked his back. He may have Kirk Aubé beat here despite him getting to the ropes.
Yeah, quick throat chop.
Another throat attack.
That's true. He's had him on the ropes, multiple strikes right there, and then he's looking at that flag.
Oh no!
That flag, his
which
good
I
long-term
think is loaded. I think there's something in that flag.
Suspect. Okay, May caught him. Senior referee May caught him. We're all right.
Okay, yeah. But he's in bad shape on the ground.
What is he thinking now?
What's he saying?
Looks like yeah.
Here comes
We got Massey Harris. This is payback for earlier in the night. Massey taking that flag out of his hands. Good on you, Massey. Thank you. You're doing God's work, Massey. Don't listen to him.
He's taking. Oh,
He got scooped up, and he rolls over. Couldn't have happened to a better guy.
Here is your winner, the artist, Narcis Saint.
Well, that's justice, folks.
Absolutely, Kirk Aubé looking to use that flag. The flag that he used on Massey earlier in the night turned about being fair play. Massey going to come out and just neutralize that advantage. And then a flustered Northern Star Kirk Aubé going to be unable to kick out of that pin, that quick scoop.
You can't be frustrated that you couldn't cheat. If he hadn't done that to Cowboy earlier, then he wouldn't be facing this issue right now. So
Yeah,
it goes to show the kids out there, don't cheat, because it'll come back to you.